Welcome back to FVRV TV. This is the welcome back to FVRV TV, and this is episode 9. We were reviewing the 2013 film The Railway Man. Obviously directed by Jothan taplitzky, Sky, whatever his name is, but as much as then. Obviously produced by Claudia, Burma, or and obviously Chris Brown. I think it's Curtis or Chris Brown. His name is now. Obviously Coleen Clarke as well. Directing. You know what? Listen, I thought director director's film did an absolutely brilliant, amazing job. Listen, I'm just saying director because one, right? His name, I can't say who it was. Listen, say his name because his name is very hard to say. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Listen, you know what? Listen, I thought the director of the film did a really good job directing the film. Listen, you know, me personally, you know what? I think this film is an absolutely, I think the story to the film is really good. The characters are really good in the film. Again, you know what? I think everything from that film was actually really good. Cause I thought, I was like, oh my god, listen. To be honest, I didn't know Lomax was a real life person. I thought he was a character. I was like, no, real life person. He generally is a real life person. He died. I think it's sad he died in 2012, but he was a sort, So I was like, oh my god. I think what Stellan went through in Asia or China, wherever it is, when he said, thinking like Burma and things like Burma / Thailand. I was like, wow, he went through stuff that frankly doesn't scare me, but it's like, whoa, it seriously, it actually makes you think, oh my god, he went through just hell to a point, and you go, wow, he actually survived that. He came back and he owed his life for a few years. It's just mad. Anyway, let's go with this. Obviously, I think story / plot of the film. Obviously, a former British soldier by the name of Eric Lomax. He is Eric Lomax, who is captured by Japanese, and is tortured as a prisoner of war. Listen, think back then. Prisoners captured by the enemy were called prisoners of war. They were called prisoners of war because in the Second World War, that's what they were. That's what was being called. Now they're like I don't know what it'd be now. Okay. Prisoner of war by Japanese labor camp. I think the name. I can't remember it now. It's during the Second World War. 1939 to 1945. If those don't know that's when it was. Listen, for those who don't know, that's when it was. So you don't know. And discovers that the man who responsible for much of his treatment is still alive, and sets out to confront him. And Eric Lomax and many others is one of. Now listen to that bit, right? And it's same of he is one of hundreds of Allied prisoners of war forced to work on on construction of the Thai/Burma railway during the Second World War, and his experiences after the Second World War, after the secret radio is built during the built to bring news and basically hope, because back in the Second World War, a lot of people weren't very hopeful we'd Britain get through it and stuff like that, right? Listen, right, you got any granddads or any nans or granddads, right? They'll tell you. No, it was. Listen, right, my granddad wasn't too young for the war, but you know what? I've got so much respect for veterans, what they went through. I'll go, wow, they went through. You just don't go, wow, it hits you because it's like, like, good God, like, do, you know, and I can't that, yeah. So, yeah, hope to his, to his, to his colleagues, and and it's discovered left him traumatized. Yeah, you know what? Listen, okay, you know what? I really think this film is a good film. You know what? I think this film is brilliant because there's a reason why. Listen. The reason why I actually absolutely love and listen. Here's the reason why I absolutely love. I like absolutely love this film because this film tells you the story of how, what went on in Japan, and and it kind of strikes you going, oh my God, like you know what, like who's this Eric Lomax? I never heard of him, and you go, wow, Eric Lomax was a real life person. He's from England. He was in the army. I think they were over in Asia, the Second World War at the time, and then it's just, I thought, wow, just absolutely incredible film to watch. You know what? Listen, you haven't seen this film, guys. I seriously just listen, right? I seriously just, guys, listen, you haven't got it, save money up, buy it, stuff like that, right? Listen, right, if you've got enough money, go out and buy it and watch it and go, wow, Johnny, we were right with the film. Yeah, it is. You know what? I think it's amazing. But I think there's another film called Unbroken. I think Unbroken is another really good one to watch. I think Unbroken is another film you should watch because it's really got that same thing to everyone. It's, but I think it's really weird because I think for years, I think when he was like not me, like, not, there's something, I think in the future when he was like an oldest man, like an elderly or an old man in the future. Yeah, I think he was scorned it seemed like he was really, scorned. I think he was really like dramatized and scored by what went on, and he wasn't the same person after he came out of that of the place where he was sent to, where he was like not punched, he's basically tortured as punched, and it's like he was. I think when he came out, I think his colleagues as friends were saying, when he came out, he wasn't the same person ever again. He wasn't the same person ever. He wasn't the same person when he came out. He wasn't. He was quiet. He wasn't himself. And I was like, wow, like that. And I think that there tells you. Second World War. I think soldiers from Second World War were one of a kind. Because I think soldiers. I think soldiers in the British Army at that time were one of a kind like that. And survive all that, and they come back to normal life. It's just like, wow, like really. It's generally amazing, really, how they survived it. It's just mad. Oh, it really is. Anyway, yeah. I think obviously the cast of starring is obviously Jeremy Irvine as young Eric. He's the one who he's caught the radio and they torture him, so on, right? Then obviously it's Colin. I think obviously it's it's Colin Firth as the future Eric Lomax, as Eric Lomax in the future, and he's just traumatized, but he's traumatized, but I think obviously where he's traumatized, but I think obviously where he's dramatized, or I think where he's got, I think now it'd be called something like PTSD or something like that. I believe it's called something like PTSD now, I believe. Listen right now. Okay, listen, obviously I'm not a medical because I'm not, but I believe it's called PTSD now. I believe a few years ago it's called shell shock, and then now it's PTSD where it's in the head and it's all that thing really. But oh my God, amazing. Yeah, you know what? I think obviously I think Colin Firth's character Eric Lomax, I think Colin Firth plays Eric Lomax in the future. He basically has PTSD. He's trained and all, because when I think. Listen. Listen. Sorry. Listen. I think. Sorry. Listen. It's really weird because. Listen. Because it's really weird because it's like you see him go, wow. You know what? It's not much. Listen. I think obviously he has a real. Listen. I think obviously like trains or the hobby trains or something like that. But okay, you know what? I think that covered up. I think that actually covered up what was happening to him because he was not the same person. I think the Japanese did treat. Listen, listen, I was about to say something then that was going to be really offensive, but I won't say because one, I might get trouble with YouTube. And frankly, people who Chinese are really don't want to do that. So I'm not going to say it, but you know, I don't think about that. No. So obviously, yeah. Then obviously, okay. So you know what? Then obviously, yeah. Obviously, Colin Firth plays lomax, and then obviously, you know what? Then obviously, Eric Lomax. I think Eric Lomax, whilst he is on the train, he sees this woman sitting down. He sees this woman. I think this woman sat there, and he sits down. Right. He actually starts talking to this woman who's from Australia, and you know she doesn't really know. And I think it's quite it's quite good reading how he talks about stuff like this, and as well as that, he actually ends up in a collision. And she's stopping someone in Scotland, and then it's really amazing now. In fact, she's staying over someone in Scotland. She's going to Scotland. I think it's Infinity or someplace that she was going to, and again, it's really interesting how she was going, and then I think. Yeah, so why eventually they end up getting married, and then I think she tells his colleague, one of his remaining colleagues, listen, right, the fellow called Uncle, the man, I think the fellow they called Uncle, right, he basically said, listen, what happened over there was horrible. Listen, okay, listen, I like how it showed. Listen, I like how it actually showed you. Like what actually went on. It's like, oh my god, like and you think you see that, and then she goes, oh my god, what happened? And she's like, yeah, you know what? And listen, I liked how it's showing what actually happened to him and all the stuff, and that it was actually it was on Sky really, really, a really, really good film. It was a really, really good story as well. Like, I was like, oh my god, like it really was amazing. Obviously, obviously Colin Firth as Lomax, and obviously it was Nicole Kidman as Patti. Patsy's actually the wife of Lomax. She actually marries Eric, and thinking, well, she actually marries. It actually helps him get through what went on in the war, and and it's like he talks about it. It's like, yeah, Then obviously it's Stellan. Now, listen, I do apologise if I butcher his actor's name. I do apologise. His name is very weird to pronounce. I do apologise. Then obviously it's Stellan. Oh god, skarsgard as Finley, who plays the character who they call Uncle, because I believe in the army they have I believe in Second World War in the army they had a man who try and help him, and that man was Uncle, because I think Uncle is the main name that they would call to help them, and stuff like that. It's like, look, I think help them. I think also help them, look after them. I think also listen. Okay, listen, I might be wrong. I think if I'm right, it's where the fellow. I think of this fellow. Listen, I think this fellow will actually try and help. I think help the soldiers in Second World War, and and he's also looked after them well, which is really. I was like, oh my god, like it's just crazy, just mad. I think because I think they're like 500 miles away from home here, and then it's in China, and it's like in Asia and China, something like that. It's like, yeah. Obviously, yeah. Then obviously he plays Finley. Then obviously. Now, listen, I'll try and butcher his first name, right? Sada as Nikisa, who is the officer who does most of, not torture me, does most of them. I think like most stuff happens to him. He's the obviously one of the soldiers, or it's not something. I think like one soldier in the Japanese internment camp tries to torture Eric Lomax quite a bit, and then I think listen, if I'm quite good at it, you actually face him. I think like 50 or 60 years after, it's like, oh my god, like listen, like what you caused me my head to be weird, and just so I think, oh my god, JC, why he's doing that? And listen, I liked how. Listen, I'm going to mention this a bit at the end, but it's really, anyway, yeah. Obviously, he plays the captain, the cast, and then Tom Hobbs as FVRV, another character of the film. Again, I think he's one of the colleagues. And then obviously you had Tom Stokes as Withers or something. Then obviously it's Sam Reed as Finley. Again, that's Finley in the film. Then obviously Ben Aldridge as Billy Fee, or his name is. Obviously Carlos Bounce as Jackson. He had loads of, obviously Ewan Lassie as Thompsons, and then Noah. And it is also based on a real life person by the name of Lomax, who sadly died. I believe died in 2012. Sadly he died. I believe he died in 2012. You know what's really sad? You know what? Imagine you would have done an interview, but went on. It's just sad, isn't it? You know, but it's mad, yeah. You know what? I actually think the fact that he actually went to confront the fellow that caused all the trauma and like treatment and trauma, all the like torture, the treatments he got when in the Second World War. It's I thought it's great, where you saying, you did this, I think you did all, I think like you did I think all stuff you did to me affected me in my head and all that stuff, right? As well as that, right? Affected me, not me, like, it's not affecting me, okay, listen, it's not affecting me, yeah, I think all stuff he did to me affected me in a really bad way, and so on in my life, whatnot, right? But listen, as well as that, right? I liked how when he, listen, liked how, I think, listen, liked how one bit of the film where he's in, like, one of the old, with these prisoners, right, and these like wooden boxes, right? The beast one in there, right, boxes, like, it's like wooden, like bamboo box, I don't know how it's called, but I think, listen, I liked how, he basically says, what, we feel, listen, okay, so I think it's great, how he's basically saying, what, we feel terrible, like really terrible, we shouldn't have done what did to you all those years, and and you know what, listen, I liked how the conversation went on, and it's like, listen, it's really weird, I think, listen, it's really weird, I think when the stuff goes, when the stuff goes on, it's like, oh, what, and it comes out all these years later, it's like, well, I was like, what, I thought it was brilliant how it happened. Look, what was that, right? I actually thought in the film itself, it was really, what, okay, what, I think it's a bit at the end of the film, when Eric Lomax and obviously his wife Patti come, he invites his wife, not Patti, I think he brings his wife Patti along with him this time. I think listen, sorry, yeah, okay, sorry, no, what, I felt there's a brilliant part where, where basically you had, I think obviously Patti comes with him this time, and she basically, and he goes, sees, and then I think obviously him and Eric Lomax gives him a letter, and then obviously he gives a letter to him, and then they both read it, and then they're both, not holding each other, but, I think they're both, and I think then obviously they both forgive each other for what went on in the Second World War. I thought, what, that is absolutely brilliant, amazing way to do it, where it's like, yeah, it's really weird how how in life it happens. It's just like, wow, it's amazing, just, yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, what, it's also based on real life, also based on a true events and real person as well, so, so, yeah, let me thoughts, listen, listen, right, if I was going to rate, if I was going to give a rating to this film, I'd probably give this film a, I'd probably give this film a, for the first thing, I'd probably give this film 12 out of 12, because listen, I'd probably give this film a 12 out of 12, because this film, listen, sorry, there's a thought some scenes of the film were, a bit much, but listen, listen, as well as that, I thought some scenes of the film were really, really good, where, oh my, it kind of got to you, maybe you can go, oh my god, stuff went on, and, listen, it's really weird, but yeah, it was really, really good as well, but yeah, amazing, what, listen guys, let me comment, listen, is this a film that you would like to watch? Listen guys, let me put, like, therefore, listen, let me know in the comments, let me know in the comments below, do you think this is a film that is this a film that you would watch? Isn't it, listen, is it a film that you would watch? Isn't it a film that you would watch? Isn't it a film that you would watch? Excuse me. And also, is it, listen, obviously, let me know in the comments, obviously, listen, is it a film that you would actually watch? Is it a film that you would actually watch? Is it a film you wouldn't actually watch? Is it a film you go, oh my god, it's a bit much, it's a bit grim and stuff like that? Is it a film that you would actually like to watch at home with your family or on your own, or if that, if it's not, fair enough, it isn't. It's fair enough if it isn't film, fair enough, okay? But listen, right, if it's a film like, listen, right, if you like a film that's got a bit of a Second World War a theme on it, where it's the story as well as that, what's going on and stuff like that. What, if it's like that, right, and listen, right, listen, well, listen, right, you want to watch a film like that, listen, right, you want to watch a good film like that, right, this film is definitely for you, because this film, in my opinion, probably the best war film I've watched in a long time, because again, I was like, wow, this film is really, really seriously really good. I thought, oh, It's just amazing, really. It's just a great film. So obviously, okay, listen, you know, okay, listen, you know what, listen, right, okay, listen, also let me know, okay, listen, let me know your tip, like, okay, let me know any tips, like, hey, trust me, listen, let me know your tips, okay, listen, let me know the tips I said there, are they helpful, are they going to help you get it, or are you going to watch it, or you watch it, I don't like that film, it's too much, and you know what, if it is too much, fair enough, if it isn't too much, you like it, watch it, then, you know, it's a really, really, really serious good film, so go watch it. You want to follow me on I'm on facebook.com/FVRVTV. I really appreciate you would share it, give a like, leave comments. Obviously, yeah, and I would really seriously appreciate you guys. Listen, right, you want to see more good / great videos like this one, and you want to hear about them in the first place and get notifications from them as well. And you know what? And I would seriously appreciate you guys subscribing to Everton 1878. I would seriously, and I would really, you know, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to FVRV TV at youtube.com. Because one, I would seriously be so grateful if you guys do that. Because one, you know, I'm trying to get more like subscribers to my channel to go and watch it. You know, listen, I'm trying to get more like subscribers on my channel, so I've got more views, more subscribers. I'm trying to get like more people to watch this channel. Because one, I want to really explain how good these films are, and you know, so what that's why. Obviously, and also subscribe to FVRV TV at FVRV TV at youtube.com. So yeah.